And that's it for the Premiership. Time now to turn our attention to the Championship and an absolutely massive match at Tynecastle yesterday lunchtime. Leaders Hearts versus second place Rangers. Ali McCoy's side desperate to take something from this game, as a win for Hearts would see them extend their lead at the top of the table to 9 points. At Tynecastle for us was Liam McLeod.
Hearts are still without captain Danny Wilson and top scorer Osman Sow. They're scorers when they won at Ibrox in week 1. Prince Poabin is available, but only for a place among the subs. Ali McCoist has dropped Foster, Templeton and Boyd to the bench. Mosney returns for the first time since the home hammering by Hibernian. Former Jambo Wallace and Daly also start. It's a Lewis McLeod corner. Fresh from the Scotland squad, of course. It's McGregor. Mosney's in there, McCulloch too. That's McGregor! What's the proverbial 6-pointer this afternoon? Rangers could be within 3 or within 9 come the end. Gomez, there's the skipper's armband. And that's a really reckless challenge by Stephen Smith on Callum Patterson, which is punished with a straight red card. Well, Craig Thompson didn't need any convincing about that one. Stephen Smith takes the long walk. Rangers continuing to have the bulk of possession. That's McCulloch, and then turn pass by Mosney. Well, that's as close as there's been to a goal. Pulsating atmosphere inside the stadium. McCulloch, Law and McLeod all over it. All capable. It's Nicky Law. He forces the first field save of note from Neil Alexander, former Rangers keeper. And no surprise if it's Alim Öztürk to take. It will be him. It's not bad. Simonson had to act. Öztürk capable of the spectacular, as we have seen a couple of times this season. Hearts trying to press home the numerical advantage that they have. Here's Jamie Walker. Away by Law. Did bounce back in towards Ian Black, who scoops it clear. Only as far as Payardo. That's headed towards goal by Mackay! Great save, Simonson. Brad Mackay's header here is exquisite. Unlucky. Kenny Miller's going in on the challenge on McHattie, and he's in trouble now, the former Scotland international. Yellow only. Well, he's lucky there, Kenny Miller, to escape the red, I think. Adam Eckersley replacing the injured McHattie. Such a big day in the Championship season. This one was decent from Patterson. It's Holt! It's wonderful from Jason Holt. And finally the breakthrough has been made. The 10 men behind, and that could be the most important goal of the season so far, scored by Jason Holt for Hearts. Rangers looking for a riposte. Law! Still alive with Foster! And Hearts escape, but only just. Alexander with an excellent save from Nicky Law. Foster's effort deflected onto the goal frame. It's in a back heel from McLeod. Law hits the deck. Craig Thompson's not interested in the Rangers' protestations. It was Patterson's challenge. It's been frantic, frenetic inside Tynecastle as Walker goes down. That's a penalty. Ian Black, who's already been booked. I don't think a second booking's coming here for the Rangers number 8, but with just a couple of minutes left, Hearts can seal it. It's Walker. It's 2. It's game over. And Hearts are on cloud 9. And a 9-point gap at the top of the Championship awaits Rangers here. Not insurmountable, but it is a huge blow that Hearts have struck here, and Chris Boyd has gone in very late there on Brad Mackay. Yellow card only for the Rangers striker.
It's a lot easier when the other team's down to 10 men. You know, it'd have been a different story if the player had stayed on the pitch, but you know, the rest made his decision, and we're pleased with the result. You know, I thought the performance was okay. You know, still a lot to work on, but there's still a long way to go for us in terms of the league as well.
A massive victory for Hearts there. A very physical encounter. We'll talk about that more in a moment. But first of all, Stephen, you have to say, what a strike from Jason Holt.
Oh, it's a magnificent piece of technique, really. You see him here just drift into an area. He's looking for a scrap. It comes off Darren McGregor and he hits it so sweetly with the outside of his boot. And there is really only one place he can put this to score, and it's where he puts it. And as I said, the technique with the outside of the foot is first class, and it's a magnificent strike, worthy of winning any match, really. As
I mentioned, it was a very physical game. The referee, Craig Thompson, got a lot of criticism afterwards, but everybody I speak to, Callum, has a different view on each of these challenges. The question is, do you think the referee got these right? First of all, Stevie Smith sent off for Rangers.
Yeah, I think this one, he got the correct decision here. You know, it's he's gone with studs up, he's gone at pace. You know, he can't go straight on into a tackle like that. It's a rash tackle.
It's the speed at which he's going into the tackle.
OK. Kenny Miller, should he have been sent off then?
Not for me, no. I think he wins the ball, however his foot is slightly high. I don't think there's a lot of malice in it from Kenny.
Callum?
I think the right decision, yellow card. This one, again, it's a silly challenge. You know, he's tried to shoulder barge him and Walker's got underneath him. And this one, Boyd, I think Boyd's actually just going to block I think he's just going to block it. It's his follow through. It's caught him. You see the foot, if you actually see the line of the ball.
His foot is quite high though, Boyd.
It is quite high.
I do agree with you. I think the momentum of the fullback's foot is
so yellow card legitimate in that case?
I think yellow, yeah.
OK. Have to say, Stephen, in terms of the position that Rangers are now in compared to Hearts, 9 points behind, is Ali McCoist's position under threat, would you say?
No, I don't think so. I think he's done a great job in the face of real adversity. Do I think they'll go up as champions? Maybe not now. 9 points behind.
And they've got all these other sides breathing down their neck, of course. You know, got Queen of the South, and not far off them as well. They beat Wraith Rovers 2-0 yesterday.
It's a tough
John
division.
Baird, Gavin Riley with the goals. So it's not going to be simple, because Rangers will find themselves, if they don't catch Hearts, in that playoff situation.
Yeah, we've said it all along. I mean, we played Queen of the South last year. They're a very, very good team, and it's a very difficult league. And in a one-off playoff game, you know, anything can happen. You know, Callum will tell you that he lost 5 at Preston. So
what a day!
No, good. Had to get me some back with something. No, I think Rangers they'll win more games. You know, between the end of the season. I just don't think Hearts are playing that well. You know, I think it'll all be dependent on how Hearts do for the remainder of the season.
So do you think Rangers can still catch Hearts?
I don't really know, because of the pressure on Hearts towards the end of the season. You know, but they started the season so well. They've been magic, and
I don't see them losing. I don't see Hearts losing a lot of games, Carl.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the question is.
So for you, Hearts will win the championship.
I think it'll stay as it is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Pressure does things on players, and it affects players differently. So we'll see how they handle the pressure, Hearts. And
in a two-legged affair, would one of the teams fancy their chances against Rangers if it came to that in the playoff? We saw what happened with Hamilton and Hibernian.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't think it's one of these positions. 11th in the Premier League. You don't really want to be 11th this season.
Okay.
You know, because
absolutely. Callum, Stephen, we'll have to leave it there. We'll have to have a look at the championship table with time almost gone. Hearts on 38 points, Rangers are on 29. Will that gap be insurmountable? Queen of the South on 25 points after that win over Wraith. Hibs with a barnstorming 6-3 victory over Dumbarton, now on 22 points. Falkirk 3-2 winners against Alloa. Cowdenbeath beat Livingston 1-0. And that is it for another week. The Scottish Cup returns next weekend with Sports Scene covering every single match. Saturday night highlights as well. Until then, from all of us here, good night.